welcome back to my channel, Welshman Reviews. I'm Gareth, and today I'm going to be reviewing A Quiet Place Part 2. So, the film stars Emily Blunt, Millicent Simmons, Cillian Murphy, Noah Jupe and John Krasinski in a small role in the beginning. The movie is also directed by John Krasinski and also co-written by him in this one. He never wrote the I don't know if he co-wrote or he actually wrote this one. He did on his own, but he didn't write the first one. That was done by someone else. So yeah, the story kinda have a little bit of a prequel. The beginning's a bit of a prequel to the first movie, where you kinda find out where the creatures come from. So they're at a baseball game, and then they see like a meteor crashing, and then the monsters come out of nowhere then. So, and then we jump then to the present, where it's straight after the first movie. So you got Emily Blunt and her children going off to find other people, and then they jump and they meet Cillian Murphy's character and the daughter. The son gets injured, so the daughter hears a song on the radio and works out that there's people on an island. So she goes off to try and find these people. So Emily Blunt's character asks Cillian Murphy's character to go and find her, and then they go off on their separate adventure, if you could say that. And then Emily Blunt and her son and baby have their own little not adventure, but they have their own little story then. So yeah, the movie kind of splits up into two. It does. So felt like two movies, to be honest. Like they could have, I don't want to really, I'm not going to go into spoilers for this and all that, even though it's hard to explain most of this movie without actually spoiling a bit of it. But it yeah, it felt like two movies. You got the first part where they're looking for someone, looking for a guy that lit the fires, which you saw a bit in the first movie as well. So you find out this is Cillian Murphy's character. His name's Emmett in the movie. But then they come, then they have then like the daughter has her little story then that wants to take place a bit further away, going to the island and all that, which it's not too bad, but overall it felt a bit rushed. The whole movie did. So first thing I'll go into the what I thought was bad out of the movie. So the story, it just felt like two movies, which they could have easily done, split it up into two. You get to a point where they're gonna go to the island, and obviously they get to the island. If you've seen the trailer, you know you get there. But then that could have been a separate movie then. They could have had a whole different movie, because they kind of get to the island and then boom, 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 boom. You get to the end of the movie then and all that. It's kind of the same as the last one, like an abrupt ending. Something happens, abrupt ending, that's it then. But yeah, they could have easily split it up into two. Had the first movie end with them getting to the island, and then the third part going what happened on the island and all that. So yeah, a little bit disappointed with that, because yeah, it ended and I was literally like, well, that's the end. Pretty shocked at that I was. Also, the family dynamics kind of gone in this one compared to the first one, because the family split up. So they do have some good scenes in there where like stuff's happening with both groups, and the camera keeps going back to each one. It does, so that's pretty good. But yeah, you kind of lose the family dynamic of it, seems, because they split up and all that. I want to say a lack of character development, to be honest, for bad. As you've got Cillian Murphy's character, no offense to like John Krasinski, good actor and all that, But you could tell with Cillian Murphy, he's a calibre up in acting, to be honest. He's level up, he is. And I would like to know a bit more about his character. You only hear a little bit about him and all, but he is a good character and he's a cracking actor as well. So I would have liked to see a bit more of that. This is really the daughter's movie compared to Emily Blunt and was it Noah Jupe's thing. But the Noah Jupe's character, the son, kind of gets a little bit of an arc in this. You know, starts off in the first one how he's scared of everyone and scared of it all and all that. But then he has his brave moment then in this movie. He does. And like I said before, the third act just goes by like that. So you have a little bit of, which I never explained before, which before they get to the island, they're finding boats and then it's like the group of cannibals. I'm guessing they were cannibals. Because I think come out and grab the girl and like tie like bells and all that and like big bell type things on Cillian Murphy's character and all that for him not to move. So you know they get out of that. Obviously, if you've seen the trailer, it's not really a spoiler. It seems a thing, but yeah, that could have been a nice little ending to the first movie, and then gone on to the other part then, but. Yeah, I don't think it's a long movie either. Does it say here? It didn't feel like a long movie and all that, like hour and a half to 2 hours, something like that. But it flew by like that. It did. But yeah, I was pretty disappointed with the third act and all that. Cause yeah, you got some characters in it. Literally in there for 5 minutes. It is. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with the third part. I'm guessing they make it because I heard it's making pretty good money on the opening weekend and all that, or the opening day and all that. Couple of days, like one day I think it made like 50 odd million, or maybe over a course of a couple of days. So be interesting to see what the box office is like now come Monday, and I'll see what the weekend was like. But they're gonna make a third one, definitely. Into my goods, the actors and the actresses all do a stellar job as usual. Emily Blunt and Cillian Murphy are up there. Even Millicent Simmons, she was good in the first one. I think she's elevated a bit in this one. Even Noah Jupe's character is a bit better acting in this and all. I think they kind of like elevated a bit up from the last movie, the acting and all that. So yeah, that was nice. It was. The tension was really good, especially like the scenes I said, where they go back and forth when something's happening with both groups, but they're going back and forth and all that. Very good. A couple of nice jump scares. Didn't feel cheap. They didn't. There was a couple of cheap ones in there, but the majority of them are really good. Atmosphere as well, same as the first. Well, a little bit different to the first. Like the atmosphere in the first one, I think was kind of perfect. It was like a silent movie. It was like silent. You barely heard any noises or any talking. In this one, they talk a lot more. So they got a bit more talking in this one and all that. And there's a bit more sound. Same as the first one, hardly any music in there, but when the music plays, it's put in there perfectly for where it needs to be and all that. And yeah, obviously the sound and all that, because it's silent, there's no talking, or you can hear a little bit more, just like the first movie really and all that. So you can hear all the little sounds all around. It would be very, because I just saw it in a normal cinema, it would have been really nice probably seeing a surround sound all the way around. I think these movies I think would really benefit for that. It is. Yeah, so that's my good and the bad. My overall review is not as good as up to a point I was saying it's just as good as the first one. But the third act kind of lets it down compared to the first movie, because I rewatched the first movie on I went to see the cinema. I went to watch it last night on the Saturday, and I watched A Quiet Place on this Friday night to refresh my memory of it. And yeah, I'd still class the first one as a better movie. I still give this one, like I give the first one a 9 out of 10. I give this one an 8 out of 10. Yeah, last half of the movie, last third, it just goes by so fast, and it's a real big disappointment for me, unfortunately. It is, but yeah, I still go out and watch it. It is a really good film if you feel safe enough to go out, obviously, with what's happening out and about. It is, but the cinemas around by me are pretty good. They are, and you kind of separated in the cinema as well, so I definitely give it a thumbs up. So that's my review. Give it 8 out of 10, and then definitely go and watch. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you've seen the movie, tell me what you thought of it below, and I will see you next time. Bye.